Renata Pozhidaeva. I am a senior director of technology in RevenueWell. So RevenueWell is a company for actually building marketing software for dental offices, and we cover the full patient journey from the appointment scheduling, direct communication, electronic forms, to post-appointment communications, treatment plan follow-ups. Recently, we just launched AI virtual assistant for dental offices to hopefully cover up to 90% of administrative work for dental office managers. I think there is no one, particular reason for that, but I was very, very lucky to meet a person who became my mentor and who saw that opportunity, and the potential in me to be a leader. And I am very grateful for that experience. So that person, he is still my mentor. And I think everybody who wants to be a manager, who wants to be in leadership, they need that kind of support and guidance. And I think I have some, I had and I have some skills which are essential for any leadership position. For example, ability to translate from technical language to non-technical and vice versa. So sort of have that communication fluency is very important for this role. And I was dedicated to my work and actually cared a lot of about people, not really maybe technical implementation, but was very mindful about people and my team. I think all those components are essential, but again, there was a moment in my life when one person actually pushed me in that direction a little bit, and I'm very grateful. I think we have pretty classic problems right now. We balance that need for business value delivery and products with the internal needs as engineering department. And I'm talking about scalability of architecture, stability of a system, and sometimes people-related issues or concerns. So as I mentioned, we just launched a big product, and me and other leaders currently we are trying to find a way how to balance that big business value delivery with maybe technical debt reduction or stability of the system, and actually care about our teams and their growth, which is very, very important as well. I think that's the problem what a lot of companies have, and a lot of technical leaders have to solve. So we are not unusual in this direction, but that's definitely focus for me right now. I'll probably give a pretty unusual answer. So my first thought would be not to rush to any decisions, and I actually made the mistakes in the past when I try to actually come up with a quick solution, or initiate some work, or maybe jump to some decisions. But what I realized in my position, it's actually better to take time and do some planning. Wouldn't be a technical problem that needs to be solved. So maybe do some research. And I have amazing people on my team, so talk with them. I have great experts instead of just me making some decision, or would it be like operational issue, for example, or challenge. Again, maybe it's just as simple as have some time and sleep on it, and you have clear mind to come to right decision instead of trying to fix your actions later. So I think it's very, very general advice, definitely not technically specific or something, But that's a lesson I learned, that I think that's important. And again, it is definitely applicable to most of the challenges I face, but I'm not talking about maybe, production incident when you like, or emergency, when you have to make quick decisions, and maybe sometimes make some, you better make some decision quickly than just not to make any decisions. So I'm not talking about those situations. So you have to be flexible. But after that, I think there is a simple framework I use. For example, I look into the project or challenge. I try to find the context and the business strategy behind it, and trying to find a way and work with the team. For example, what would be the best way how we can deliver on that strategy successfully, on time, with the good quality and in predictable way. And I define like functional requirements and non-functional requirements. So that would be a balanced solution if possible, because it's not always possible, unfortunately. And that would be the first steps I usually do. And again, ability to translate that business understanding to technical requirements is pretty essential for my role, and it's, I think, the core part of my role. That's a great question. That's my favorite question, because I think I'm trying to solve that puzzle every day and definitely have some insights and experience. In my mind, there are several critical components of a great team. So first of all, and it's obvious, you have to have that talent concentration, so talent density. Otherwise, everything you do, or like the management you apply, it will not gonna work. So you have to have that first, but it's not sufficient. So another component of a great or high performing team is culture. So it is, again, how people feel. Do they feel safe? Do they have ability to grow? Do they find the work interesting? Can they actually work as a team and find solution together? So this is very critical, and it's not what you can build in one day, and it's very delicate. So when you change the team or you add new team member, you easily can broke this. So in my role, I very sensitive to that culture oriented questions or issues. And I think the last component, or maybe not last, but another component is, besides some talent, I think it is important that you as a manager and team members take care about excellence. And I have my ways how to look for it, or how I set an example. So I strongly believe that managers should set an example in excellence. And it's not about long working hours. It's actually ability to jump in, to be there for your team, to fill the gap if it's needed. So if I wouldn't be comfortable to do something, why anybody else would be comfortable to do that? And I think the last component, and I'll be quick, is definitely about leadership and leadership team. So I am mostly transparent leader, so I try to give a context for the people so they would be able and they would be in a position to, to solve or do their work. So it's not about control, I think, and I position them to be able, to do their work well. So that's the last component, which is also important. And obviously, there are maybe additional things like operational excellence, needed tools, like equipment, but definitely it's not the highest priority. So that would be my answer. Nothing new. You have to be up to date, but you easily can be overwhelmed with all information which is out there. So what I would recommend and what I do recently, like last several years, I actually choose a goal for a year or like 6 months. For example, for this year, I want to obtain a certification as AI developer. So I focus all time I have, like free time, if I can say that, to study and obtain that certification, and not to try to sit like on the all chairs at the same time. Or, for example, I would choose to work on my personal brand, for example, or like expand my network, and I put my energy there. So besides some like simple stuff like attend conferences if you can, read articles, stay current with technology, I want to say that be focused. Otherwise, you'll be burned out, you'll overwhelmed. It's not going to work. That was, again, combination of things. First of all, I accidentally knew about the company, so I met great people. But also, we had that project coming, like with the AI assistant. So we needed somebody for some roles, which would be more like project oriented, not maybe long term, maybe yes, maybe no. And Revelo like gave us that flexibility and confidence to have a talent on it at our fingertips. So it was great timing, and I actually liked the system, the portal, and amount of information and the feedback on candidates. So it definitely makes my life there as a hiring manager. Even technically, I was not a hiring manager for some positions we filled with Revelo. I really appreciate that chance, and I think it worked great. And model what Revelo have, it is great for flexible hiring solutions. I think again that level of flexibility and a level of confidence to have a support or to actually ability to expand the team or reduce the team size when we need that. And it's definitely the trend right now in the market. You can see that a lot of companies and we to shift the focus to offshore developers, for example. And what is great about Revelo, there are a lot of candidates who are pretty close to the time zones we have in the United States. So it is definitely advantage and a great talent. I think that just level, of confidence and knowledge that you can have that what was changed. Just give it a try. You are not, there are not hard applications. I just spend 30 minutes and know more and go through some amazing people they have and give it a try. So it might not work, but maybe it's gonna work, and you're gonna have a great candidates and team members.